Something unusual is happening in tennis right now. Not the kind of shift you see in rankings. Not the kind that shows up in stat sheets or match summaries. This is something quieter, but far more powerful. It's happening in entry lists, in scheduling decisions, in the way tournament organizers are choosing who gets the spotlight. And if you look closely, really closely, you'll see it. Scan the names. Some are expected. Some are fighting through qualifying. Some didn't make it at all. And then there's one name that doesn't follow the usual path. Alexandra Eala. She's not grinding through qualifying rounds. She's not waiting for a last-minute withdrawal.
She's already in.
Main draw. Direct entry. No detours. At French Open. And that decision? It didn't just raise eyebrows. It changed the conversation. This isn't how it usually works. Grand Slams don't operate on hype. They don't hand out main draw opportunities because a player is interesting or up and coming. Every slot is valuable. Every decision is scrutinized. Every inclusion has a reason behind it, because these tournaments are more than competitions. They're global productions. They study performance data. They track fan engagement. They monitor broadcast value. They analyze who people are watching, and more importantly, why. And when the organizers at Roland Garros went through that entire process, one name kept appearing. Again, and again, and again. Alexandra Eala. So, what changed? Because not long ago, she was just another promising young player. Talented? Absolutely. Respected? Within certain circles, yes. But still developing. Still building.
Now,
she's unavoidable. And that shift didn't happen over years. It happened over weeks. The Australian Open spark. To understand this moment, you have to rewind to the Australian Open earlier this season. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. She stepped onto smaller courts, played her matches, competed like any rising player would. But something felt different. It started with curiosity. A few extra fans gathering. A few more people asking, who is she playing? Then curiosity turned into attention. Crowds grew. Lines formed. Spectators began showing up early. Not for finals, not for headline matches, but just to watch her play. And here's the key detail. These weren't casual walk-bys. People stayed. They watched entire matches. They reacted to every rally. They leaned into the experience. That's when it became clear, this wasn't just about tennis. This was about connection. The one thing you can't teach, because talent is everywhere in professional tennis. Every player can hit. Every player can move. Every player can compete. But not every player can pull people in. That's the difference. Eala has something that doesn't show up in rankings. She creates energy. There's a rhythm to the way she plays. Fearless, expressive, unfiltered. She doesn't just construct points, she invites the crowd into them. And in today's game, that matters more than ever. Because attention is currency. The players who can generate it, who can turn a side court into a must-watch event, are the ones who reshape the sport's future. Why Roland Garros made the call. So when Roland Garros evaluated its field, the decision wasn't just about who deserved to be there based on rankings. It was about who adds something to the tournament. Eala brings unpredictability. She brings a new audience, especially from regions where tennis is still expanding. She brings moments. And moments are what people remember. This isn't just about filling a draw. It's about building a story. But let's be honest, this isn't a gift. It's pressure. Because stepping directly into the main draw of a Grand Slam, especially one played on clay, is one of the hardest challenges in the sport. The French Open isn't forgiving. The surface slows everything down. Rallies stretch longer. Points become physical battles. Patience becomes as important as power. This is where raw talent gets tested, where hype meets reality, where players either adapt or get exposed. The real test begins now for Eala. This isn't about proving she's exciting. She's already done that. This is about proving she belongs. Can she construct points under pressure? Can she handle the grind of long clay rallies? Can she stay composed when momentum shifts? Because at this level, every weakness gets targeted. Every hesitation gets punished. The ripple effect across tennis, and here's where things get even more interesting. This decision doesn't just affect Eala. It sends a message to the entire field. To the players grinding through qualifiers, the system is evolving. To the veterans, new names are arriving faster than expected. To the fans, the next generation isn't waiting quietly anymore. It's stepping directly into the spotlight. More than just one tournament for Alexandra Eala, this moment is bigger than Roland Garros. It's a turning point, a shift from potential to presence, from prospect to participant, from one to watch to someone you can't ignore. And once that shift happens, everything changes. Expectations rise, pressure builds, opportunities multiply. So what happens next? That's the real question. Because the invitation has already been accepted. The stage is set. The crowd is ready. Now it's about execution. Because moments like this, they don't define a career. They start only main draw spot alone means nothing. Not at this level. Not at a grand slam. You don't earn your place by being talked about. You earn it with results. With moments. With performances that hold up when the pressure is at its absolute peak. And that's exactly what Alexandra Eala delivered. The tournament that changed everything. If the Australian Open introduced her to the world, then the Miami Open was where the entire tennis community leaned forward and said, "Wait, this is real." Because what happened in Miami wasn't expected. It wasn't projected. It wasn't part of anyone's safe predictions. She didn't just compete, she elevated. Her movement looked sharper. Her decision-making was faster. Her intent was unmistakable. This wasn't a player trying to survive rallies anymore. This was a player hunting, taking the ball early, stepping into points, pulling the trigger when it mattered, playing with a level of aggression that forces opponents onto the back foot. And then came that match. The win that changed her reputation, her victory over Coco Gauff. Let that sink in. A Grand Slam champion, a global star, a player built for the biggest stages in the sport. And Eala didn't just hang with her. She beat her. On a major stage. Under pressure. In front of a massive crowd. That's not luck. That's not a one-off. That's a statement. Because in tennis, there's a clear line between promise and proof. And beating a player like Gauff, that's proof. From potential to problem, that win changed everything. Before Miami, the conversation sounded like this. Watch out for her. She's one to follow. After Miami, the tone shifted completely. She's going to be a problem. And that shift matters. Because it means she's no longer being measured against her potential. She's being measured against the best. And she's holding up. Backing it up at Indian Wells. Momentum in tennis is fragile. Plenty of players have one breakout tournament and then disappear. But Eala didn't fade. At Indian Wells, she showed something just as important as winning. Consistency. Even without lifting the trophy, her level didn't drop. Her composure stayed intact. Her tactical awareness, especially for a player her age, continued to stand out. She wasn't overwhelmed. She adapted. And that told analysts something critical. This isn't a flash. This is development. When legends start watching, and here's where the story goes to another level. Because it's not just fans and analysts paying attention anymore. It's legends. Novak Djokovic, a player who has experienced every kind of pressure this sport can offer, has reportedly taken notice. And when Djokovic notices your mentality, your discipline, your approach, that carries weight. He understands what separates contenders from champions. So when someone like him sees something in Eala, it's not casual praise. It's recognition. Then there's Maria Sharapova. Not just a champion, but a global icon. Someone who transcended the sport, built a brand, built a presence, became something bigger than tennis itself. And she sees echoes of that same potential in Eala. Not just in how she plays, but in how she connects with fans, with culture, with the moment. That's rare territory. The shift in power, but every rise creates tension somewhere else. Because tennis isn't just about who's coming up, it's about who's being pushed aside. Players like Paula Badosa have spent years grinding through the system, fighting injuries, building rankings, earning respect point by point. And now, they're watching a new wave arrive. Not just climbing, but accelerating. And that's difficult. Because momentum in sport doesn't care about history. It doesn't pause to respect resumes. It moves. And right now, it's moving toward Alexandra Eala. The Roland Garros test, which brings everything to one place, French Open. This is where hype gets tested, because clay is different.
Slower. Heavier.
More demanding. Points stretch. Legs burn. Patience becomes everything. This surface doesn't reward flash. It rewards discipline, endurance, mental resilience. You can't rush through matches here. You have to earn them. The real question, so now the conversation changes. It's no longer, does she deserve the spot? That's already been answered. Now it's, what does she do with it? Can she adapt her aggressive style to clay? Can she stay composed through long, grinding rallies? Can she handle the pressure of expectation? Because make no mistake, the pressure is massive. Fans expect fireworks. Media expects headlines. Opponents are studying her game, looking for weaknesses. That's a storm. And it has broken players with far more experience. But here's what makes her different. There's one thing that keeps coming up about Eala. She doesn't shrink in big moments.
She grows.
The crowds at Melbourne didn't overwhelm her. The spotlight in Miami didn't shake her. The expectations in Indian Wells didn't slow her down. If anything, they fueled her. And if that holds true on clay, then this isn't just another appearance. This is the start of something bigger. The bet has been placed. The French Open has made its decision. It has looked at the data, the momentum, the energy surrounding the sport, and it has placed a bet, not on the future, on the present, on Alexandra Eala, not in qualifying, not waiting for a chance, but in the main draw, right alongside the biggest names in the game.